As another we guys live with the Play TV. I'm host of Five Things here, and we have another talk show that we're doing today. Talking about a few things. It's gonna be all related to Skyrim, and also I've had to order a headset mic. It'll come Monday. But unfortunately, it's not in the best. My headset doesn't work. Basically, in the long run, it doesn't work. I cannot use my mic anymore. Or not. This one obviously works, but the one that I use for console, I can't use a USB mic, so I use a headset mic. Except it doesn't work anymore. I don't know why. I have a feeling some lovely puppy dog got a hold of it. Because he's been coming down here lately and wreaking havoc. So I have a feeling he has something to do with it. Possibly. Yeah, tweet this out. So yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play as much Skyrim as I wanted to. And we're not going to be able to do it this week, unfortunately. 'Cause that's my luck. But I will be able to do some PC streaming tomorrow. Now that I know that my mic doesn't work. But Monday I will be getting. It should arrive Monday. I've already ordered it. I've reordered it. So it should be coming, and we'll be able to stream again, and I'll be able to talk again. Well, talk on console. But anyways, enough of that. We have some news about Skyrim. I don't know if you guys heard. There's been some news. There's been some talk about Skyrim. First of all, VR, Skyrim for VR is coming out. It's coming out November 16th, I think? 15th, 16th? One of those. It's coming out for PlayStation VR. And then later it's coming out for HTC Vive. And then I think it's going to end up coming out for the other platforms. But yeah, so that's a thing. And also Switch is also coming out. The Switch edition is coming out. And there's lots of people talking about it. And I don't know why. And people are still hating on Bethesda. And I had a huge rant about it earlier today on Twitter. Okay, I did have a huge rant about it. Because I feel like in some ways people are just being ungrateful. There's a point where it's like, yes, I want Elder Scrolls 6 too. But this is not the way to go about it. This is unacceptable for a Skyrim community. And not all of them are necessarily part of the Skyrim community. I mean, this community in the Skyrim community is a wonderful place. We have a lot of wonderful people here in the Skyrim community, and I have always enjoyed it. I love Skyrim to death. It's one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm really excited that Oblivion is going to be playable. Well, it is playable on Xbox One X. So all of these games are coming back, and it's so great. And people are complaining about the fact that Skyrim is coming out so often. Now, I do understand it is coming out a little bit, it's been coming out pretty frequently for a while. But I think this just happens to be a coincidence. I don't think they intended it to go this way. I mean, it's not really Bethesda's fault that they decided to remaster their game right before VR technology and Switch technology came out at the same time. And, people are, bashing Bethesda for recreating their game so many times. But look at all the other companies that are doing it. The same thing. People are re-releasing their games for Switch. They're re-releasing their games for VR. They're doing all the things that Bethesda is doing. But so why is it that Bethesda gets more hate than any of the other companies that are doing the exact same thing? Is it why? And I think it's because it seems like Bethesda isn't doing anything except releasing Skyrim. And part of the problem is the fact that everyone thinks Bethesda Softworks is Bethesda Game Studios. And that is not the same. That's not it at all. The reason why people aren't necessarily obsessing over EA stuff and all that is because they have different names. They all have different names. But Bethesda has a flaw where it shares the same name as the game developer. The publishing team shares the exact same name as the game developers. And that's where the problem starts to occur. People think, oh, they're just creating all these things, and they're not working on the next big project. And that's not true at all. It's not true at all. I can bet $1,000, and I don't even have $1,000 on me. I can bet $1,000 the Bethesda Game Studios is working on the next IP. I guarantee it. It is not Bethesda Game Studios that is making the special edition, the VR. They're not making the Switch edition. That is all Bethesda Montreal. That is all ZeniMax. That's all Bethesda Softworks. It's all of those other people. Okay? This has nothing to do with Bethesda Game Studios. Bethesda Game Studios is busy making their games. They're the developing company. They're busy making their own content, their new content. They're busy making the next new IP. That's what they're doing right now. They're not re-releasing Skyrim. Bethesda Softworks, the publishing company that owns all the rights to Fallout, the Elder Scrolls, they own the rights to Prey, they own the rights to Doom, the Quake Wars, whatever. All those, they are the ones that are creating VR, Creation Club, Special Edition, whatever, you name it. They are the ones that are making these things happen. It is not Bethesda Game Studios that is creating Creation Club or Switch or VR. No, they're not. They're not wasting their resources. They have plenty of resources. Bethesda Game Softworks has. Bethesda Game Studios has plenty of resources, all devoted towards making the next big AAA game. Whatever they're making, the new IP, Starfield, or whatever it's going to be. Okay, they're all busy making that. Don't worry, they are working on that. But I think people are getting confused because there's so many Bethesdas now that it gets a little bit confusing. And it's a bit of a risky game for Bethesda to have all these similar names. Because they have Bethesda, they have Bethesda Montreal, and now they have Bethesda Game Studios. And it can get a little bit confusing with marketing and sharing things. Bethesda Game Studios did not go to E3 this year. That was Bethesda Softworks. The publishing company went, not the game developers. And people get confused all the time. They get they get these two companies confused all the time. They think that Bethesda Softworks is the same company as the people, or the same people who made Skyrim and Fallout, or who developed Skyrim and Fallout. Newsflash: Bethesda Softworks did not develop Fallout or Skyrim or Oblivion or more. They've only published them. They've published the games. They have not developed the games. They're completely different people. Yes, Bethesda Softworks owns all of these companies, but they are not the ones who are making the games. They are not the ones who are making the next new IP. They're not the ones who are making the Skyrim or Fallout. They're just the ones who have the legal rights to it. And they are able to publish new versions of the same games that have already been published. So Bethesda Softworks is publishing these new editions of the same game because they have the rights to do that. They, as a publishing company, has a right to do it. Just like EA has the right to publish Sims content and Mass Effect content. They have the right to do that because they are the publishing company. And anything that is published, the rights go to them. The rights go to them. They have the right to publish already made content, like republish. They can publish it. They can republish it. They can do whatever they want. It's like how, Disney, Walt Disney has the right to make a Pixar movie. They're allowed to publish any Pixar movie. That's how the whole sequel started. At first, Pixar didn't want to have a sequel to Toy Story. They didn't want to have one because Toy Story, the first one, was already good enough. They didn't want to do it. But Walt Disney said, you know what? If you're not going to make a Toy Story 2, we're going to make it because we have the rights to do that. And that's basically what Bethesda Softworks is doing to Bethesda Game Studios. They're saying, you know what? If you're not going to republish Skyrim, then we're going to do it. And they did it. They've done it. They've done it. I mean, it's not like they're not saying forcing. I mean, it's complicated. And a lot of people are saying, well, then why don't these developers just leave their publishing company? So why don't they just self-publish, or why don't they just leave them and just go somewhere else? Why doesn't BioWare leave EA? Why doesn't Bethesda Game Studios just leave Bethesda Softworks? Why can't they just leave it if they don't want to do what they want, what the publishing company wants to do? It's not that easy. Sometimes you have to look to the benefit of your company, the developing company. And whether we like it or not, the publishers are the ones who have the most control. Like, everybody knows who EA is. Everyone knows who Electronic Arts is. Everyone knows who Activision is. They know who Bethesda Softworks is. They know who ZeniMax is. They know these names. It's the publishing companies that are able to advertise and promote these games to make them the success that they are. And leaving a publishing studio like that is not going to work for them. Because then, the publishing company can then just bury their games. They can do whatever they want. And then they would still have the rights to be able to publish the game still. So you think if Bethesda Game Studios just leaves Bethesda Softworks, they'll just keep publishing the Skyrim over and over and over. They would do a remaster of Fallout. They would keep publishing the same games over and over again because they have the right to do that. They just don't have the right to publish new content. So if Bethesda Game Studios were to theoretically leave Bethesda Softworks, then Bethesda Softworks could just have another team like Bethesda Montreal, just make a Fallout, New Orleans or whatever, and do whatever they want with that. It's not it's not as easy. The legality of it is so complicated, and you can't expect the developing companies to leave because the amount of money it costs to self-publish and do all that, there's a reason why developers sign on to publishing companies in the first place. Is to get their content out there. It's just like how some YouTubers are in like networks, and some, they have all these sponsorships because they want to get their content out there. You want your business to be successful. And in order to do that, you need to be able to network. You need to be able to, have connections and get your games out there, get your advertising out there. There's a lot more people looking at Electronic Arts and a lot more people looking at ZeniMax than there are people who are looking at the developer companies themselves. And just look at indie games. They are most of them are self-published. So most of them just aren't as big because they don't have that establishment. They don't have that advertising that gets them that name. It's not like they're making a bad game. It's just that their name isn't getting out there. They're not having that same advertisement as the AAA game studios are, because the AAA game studios have publishers that do all that. They're able to focus. See, when you have when you're a developer and you're owned by a publishing company, you can just work on your games. You can have full focus on your games and not have to worry about anything. The publishing company does all the rest. And you just make the games, the publishing company deals with it. Right? If Bethesda Game Studios were to leave Bethesda Softworks, they would have to do all the publishing themselves. They would have to get a whole team just to manage social media, just to manage all this publishing and this marketing. And it's a whole lot of work that is expected. And they wouldn't have the same amount of resources as an independent developer. And, that's why there's a lot of people who sign on to publishing companies, because they don't, it enables them to be able to do more. They can create more games. They can just focus and just concentrate on the next project, making more content for the people that want them. That's why you don't see companies like BioWare or Bethesda Game Studios leaving their publishing companies, because, to be honest, they can't. They can, but it would be a really bad business move. It would be so bad. Like if Maxis were to leave EA, if BioWare were to leave EA, if any of those people, it's really hard to do that. I mean, the only developer who could probably actually leave the publisher is Blizzard. They could probably actually leave Activision. But there's no point, because, they're just, what's the point of doing that? It's just, Blizzard doesn't need it to leave. They don't have a reason to leave. They're probably like one of the very few development companies who could probably leave their publishing company and be just fine, because they have so many games already. They already have so many things, and like Blizzard cannot be touched. Blizzard is fine, but they don't have problems with their publishing company, so they don't need to. They don't need to leave. And then, but these other companies, they can't leave. Otherwise they just get buried, or they'll, they screw it over or whatever, and it's just, they won't get as much attention. Their games won't do as well. They won't be able to make as much money. They won't be able to concentrate on just making games, because they would have to have resources towards publishing and doing all that stuff. The benefit of having a publishing company is to do that work for them, so that they can just work on their games. Work on the games that we love. You think it takes a long time to get another Elder Scrolls 6. It's going to take longer, way longer, if they have to self-publish as well. It's a hard job. It is a tough industry. And they want Elder Scrolls 6 to do well. They want their new IP to do well. In order for that to happen, they have to stay with ZeniMax. They have to stay with Bethesda Softworks. It's really the only way it really works out for them. Because, I mean, what else are they going to do? They're not just going to leave. They can't. It would be really a bad idea to do that. And you know what? I don't actually mind the fact that Bethesda Softworks is publishing all these games to their other platforms. It makes sense for a business standpoint to provide all these options. There's so many people who are asking for a new generation Skyrim, Skyrim for new generation consoles, and they did it. They gave it to us. They listened to their fandom, and they produced Skyrim Special Edition. No one was expecting them to remake Skyrim. No one was expecting them to republish Skyrim. Everyone was thinking, oh, well, maybe we'll have an Elder Scrolls 6. Maybe we'll just wait for that. But no, suddenly they open up with here's the Skyrim Special Edition. You guys asked for it, we're going to provide it. And that was cool. Cause I wasn't expecting them to have it for Xbox One. I was like, there's no way they're going to do it for Xbox One or PS4. That's what I was telling people. Like, I wouldn't expect it at all. And then boom, there it is at E3. There's Skyrim Special Edition and there's Fallout 4. And it's just, and now they have all this new technology and these new platforms that they know that people are going to ask for them. And frankly, I think Skyrim VR, if once it's like polished and nice, that sounds really cool to me. I've always said that Skyrim VR would be so cool. Because imagine just like becoming the Dragonborn, becoming Dovahkiin himself or herself, and just saying, Vusoda, and all of that stuff, and being the Dragonborn. This wandering Skyrim. Not, just full of immersion. That'd be so cool. Now, VR needs a little bit of work before that happens, but still, it's still a cool idea. It's still a cool thing to have. Now, I don't know if everyone would want Switch, but it's still a cool thing. I'm sure they had a deal with Nintendo, and it makes sense. Why shouldn't Nintendo get some of those games? I think it's great that they're branching out to other platforms. There's nothing wrong with that. It just gives more people the opportunity to enjoy the game. Because there are some people who have not played Skyrim ever. Simply because it didn't come out for their platform that they could play it on. And you can't expect everyone to buy every single platform and every single thing. Yeah, you're fine because you have a PC and you can have it on HD or whatever with all those mods. But you're not the only person in the universe. There's other people who can't necessarily afford a gaming computer that would be able to run Skyrim Special Edition. And then, so do you get it for Xbox One or you get it for PS4. But maybe you're just so invested in Nintendo and you want this a thing, but you want games to play it on. Why not have a Skyrim for Switch? I don't see any problem with that. I think it's just inconvenient that all of these things are coming out in the same year. Like, PlayStation VR and Switch literally came out pretty much the same year. So it's not Bethesda's fault that all of these things are happening the same year. It's just the fact that they are. And so Bethesda's taking advantage of that, and I see nothing wrong with that. There's so many other game companies that are making remasters after remasters after remasters. Look at Final Fantasy. Look at Square Enix. Look how many remasters they have. It's not the first time a company has remade a game so many times. Look at Sonic. We're still getting new Sonic games, and Sonic is just so milked to the bone. And Mario too. Mario is so milked, but people still love him. And that's the thing, I don't consider Skyrim milked at all. It's not even close to being milked yet. You want to see milked? Just wait for it to come out for DS, and just wait for Skyrim DS, Skyrim everything, Skyrim television. There's gonna be a Skyrim TV show. Just you wait. There's gonna be a Skyrim movie. That's the whole joke. That's the whole meme. The fact that Skyrim is everywhere. And you know what? I actually wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind a Skyrim movie as long as it's done well. But it needs some work, but I wouldn't mind it. I think people are giving Bethesda a little bit of a harder time than they need it. And you also need to understand, everyone needs to understand that Bethesda Softworks is not Bethesda Game Studios. I see it all over Twitter. Nobody knows the difference between Bethesda Game Studios and Bethesda Softworks. And it's a little bit surprising, but also not surprising because they have the same name. But they are two different companies. They're two different people. That's like saying, if you're saying Bethesda Game Studios is Bethesda Softworks, that's like saying that Maxis and BioWare is EA, and that's not we know that's certainly not the truth. That would be like saying, BioWare is doing all this, BioWare blah, is EA. That's not true at all. But anyways, guys, when do I think there's going to be an Elder Scrolls 6? I would say at least 5 years. Maybe at most 10 years. The thing is, it's not even in dev yet. Okay, that means it's not being developed at all. Maybe they have a rough draft, maybe they have an outline, but they don't have anything. They don't have any models, they don't have any meshes, they don't have any textures, they don't have nothing. Maybe they have an idea. I think they have an idea of it because they definitely said that they're waiting for technology. They don't have the technology yet. It's going to be really advanced and everything. That's all we know, and that's all they're saying. Because maybe that's all they know. I mean, you're wondering why they're not putting stuff out for Elder Scrolls 6. Maybe they just don't know what to do yet. I mean, they could be doing so many different things. They could be doing Akavir. They could be doing Valenwood. They could be doing Elsewhere. They could be doing the entire Tamriel. They're clearly doing something big, right? They're clearly doing something really big. But I don't think they actually know exactly what they're going to be doing. I think that's why we haven't heard anything about Elder Scrolls 6. Not just because they wanted to keep it all secret, but also the fact that they don't know what they're gonna do. They're working on the new IP. They're not thinking about Skyrim. They know, or Elder Scrolls 6. They know it's the elephant in the room all the time. But right now they want to work on different projects, and I think that's a good thing, because while you don't want Skyrim to be milked, you also don't want Elder Scrolls to be milked. I mean, think about it. Think about how many Elder Scrolls games there have been. There's been Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, Elder Scrolls Legends. There's probably going to end up being some sort of Elder Scrolls mobile game. I mean, they already have Legends, which is actually for iOS and Android. So they already have mobile games, technically, for Skyrim. Or not just for Skyrim, but for Elder Scrolls in general. Look at Fallout. They have Fallout. I mean, they have Fallout 3. They have Fallout 4. They have Fallout New Vegas. They have Fallout, Shelter. They have Fallout Shelter. They have a Pip-Boy app. You think the individual game is being milked. Just think about the whole entire franchise. You don't want to get to that point where they're saying, where it's just this whole franchise is getting milked. This whole franchise just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. And no, I don't think people are actually going to say that. But there could be a point where, it's coming a little bit too frequently. So by throwing another, new IP, a brand new IP, we don't even know what it is, into the mix, that helps a whole lot, because it helps space things out. It helps make it so that these franchises last longer, and we get a new game that none of us know. All of us know what Fallout is. All of us know what Elder Scrolls is. Having something brand new, completely new, that no one knows about, that is something that I want to see, because I feel like at some point, Elder Scrolls has to end. Fallout has to end. And I know it's hard to think about, because it's definitely nowhere near to being finished. I hope not. I hope there's as many Elder Scrolls as there are Final Fantasies at some point. Maybe there'll be an Elder Scrolls XVI remastered or whatever. But, there's so much to do, and I think there's going to be a point where there's no more Elder Scrolls. So it's better to do it now, while one of their games is still popular. Skyrim is still popular, so it's better to have a new game now. That's why do you think they're making all these Skyrim games? It's because Elder Scrolls 6 isn't going to be happening for a while. They have a whole new IP going on, so they don't want us to forget about Skyrim. They don't want us to forget about Skyrim, but they also want to do this new project, so they're balancing it out. They're giving us more Skyrim, and they're also giving us this new IP that none of us know about. I'm assuming this new IP is coming out next year, or not coming out, but at least having information about it next year. I think it's definitely way beyond dev, I think. I would guess. I would guess it's probably beyond dev, because, or at least into. I think it's in the dev stage, because what else would they have been doing this whole time? I think that new IP is definitely coming soon. As for Elder Scrolls 6, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say 2030 is my guess. My guess would be 2030. Maybe 20. Maybe 2025. But I don't think so. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but I think it's good that they're taking their time, and I also think it's good that they're keeping Skyrim relevant. Because it does give people more opportunities to discover a wonderful game. Skyrim is amazing. I have no problem with Bethesda publishing more versions of Skyrim to make it available for all platforms, because it's such an amazing game. So what? PC Master Race, whatever. It's such a stupid thing. What? Who cares about a Master Race? I don't care about a PC Master Race. I just want to play on the console, on the platform that I enjoy playing it on. Whatever. I hate that phrase, by the way. I hate the Master Race thing. I hate it. It actually is annoying. Because, PC Master Race. Well, why do you care? Why do you care what I want to play it on? So what? These are bears. Hello. How you doing, Mr. Much in Life? Sorry, when I get in a rant, I just keep on going. I just keep talking. Just keep going for a while. I can talk for days about this. But, to be honest, though, I really do hate it when people say PC Master Race or Console Master Race or whatever. Because I as a gamer, there is no Master Race. What is everyone's obsession about a Master Race? Why can't we just be a diverse gaming community. Oh my goodness. It doesn't have to be a freaking master race. We can have PC gamers, we can have console gamers, we can have both. I have every console. I have PC, I have PlayStation 4, I have Xbox One. There is no master race. I love playing on my Xbox One. I don't really play on my PS4. And my PC, while it's good, but it's not necessarily, I can't necessarily play every single game on my PC. Sorry, but not every single person can afford a fancy gaming computer where you can literally run everything. Like these people. Like, I know it's a joke, okay? I know that a PC Master Race is a joke. Although some people don't really say it as a joke because they actually mean it. They actually mean that, everyone should be paying PC. But, like, this whole Twitch community and gaming community is all about diversity. Yet I find it ironic how the one thing that defines all gamers is diversity, yet we're obsessed about what people play on, what type of gamer you are, whether you're a casual gamer, whether competitive, whether you're a console gamer or a PC gamer, or PC gamers are better than console gamers. And what are you talking about? It's diversity. Or male gamers are better than female gamers, or female gamers are this way, or male gamers are this way. Take a step back, okay? Take a step back. This is diverse. The gaming community is one of the most diverse communities I'm a part of. Okay. So why the heck does the most diverse community that I know obsess about what people play? Why do you care what I play? This doesn't make me a fake gamer or whatever, or it doesn't make you a real gamer. There's no real game. If you like games, if you enjoy games, you're a gamer. That's it. That's it. There's no PC Master Race. There's no console Master. There's no Xbox Master Race. There's no PlayStation Master Race. It's just consoles. It's just platforms. I find it so ironic how people obsess about diversity in the gaming community. The gaming community is so full of diversity. Yet people divide the type of platform you play on. PC Master Race. Yeah, well, you know who else has a Master Race? You know who else has a Master Race? Yeah. So why are we using that phrase when there was another person who believed in a Master Race? He was not a good guy. Yeah, I know it's a joke. I know it is. But it's kind of a stupid joke, if you really think about it. It's really stupid. Because, there's so many options out there. People just want to limit the amount of options that there are at this rate. I feel like they complain, oh, they're just trying to make money. What about, they're just trying to give you multiple platforms to play on? What's wrong with that? Huh? I don't know. What? There's a which adult Skyrim mod are you? I'm totally gonna take this, but I'm not going to stream it at all. Okay. All right. So let's see what. I'm not going to put it on screen at all, just in case, because it is FW, apparently. What's your favorite Spider-Man movie? Spider-Man 2, it makes me too sad. I'll say Homecoming. That was a really good one. Song of the Summer. Despacito, Redbone, Shape of You, I'm the One. They're all bad. Actually, this is outdated concept that's been changing rapidly since Stream. I'm gonna go with this one. Lemonade or 441? 444. Listen, I don't care. 444. I don't know what that means. Do you know what Leets 17776 is? No. Which Rihanna the Blunt are you? What? This one? Favorite recent Kotaku headline. Accidentally opened every door in The Witcher. How a designer accidentally opened every door in The Witcher 3. A new game that captures the cringe of middle school romance. 2 Final Fantasy XIV players buy dozens of homes. Spark debates over housing shortage. Breath of the Wild's new DLC has fans debating the Zelda timeline again. Snorlax wins an international Pokemon tournament by eating a ton. Actually, I like that one. I like the Snorlax one. Do you like brunch? Yes, I love brunch. Seriously, why is Despacito such a good song? You mean the original, right? Favorite Edgar Wright movie? Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The World's End, Baby Driver, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz. Shaun of the Dead. Do you like a fried egg on your burger? It's just too much stuff. I got the Skyrim Romance mod. This is the Skyrim mod for wine moms. One that promises to bring the tacky and soap opera-esque into a game pretty preoccupied with dragon murder. But you're a complex person, one who believes love can bloom on the battlefield. And you're not gonna get a little blood and guts get in the way of true love. Skyrim Romance promises 10 romanceable NPCs, many with tragic backstories. It has 5 wedding locations. To get married, you have to buy a wedding gown. If you're not into swarthy men, one of your romance options is a woman. If you haven't already opened up Offbeat Brightness. Okay. Apparently I am a romance mod. God, great. It's so funny. Alright, guys. Well, it's getting pretty late. It's almost midnight. So, I should probably go. Let me see who there is host. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to follow the channel, subscribe for more content, or subscribe to my YouTube for more content. I think I might actually put this on YouTube, if I'm not lazy. I'll put this on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Twitter, follow my Twitch, do all those things, and we're gonna go host a Skyrim streamer. I don't know who. We're gonna host a Skyrim streamer because it is 11/11, so why not? I'm a host. It's not a structure. Let me see. Sure, I'm gonna host him. Alright, I'm gonna go host somebody. Don't mind me. I'm gonna try and find a Skyrim streamer. I don't know who. Trying to find somebody. See someone who's playing Skyrim. So hopefully someone that I kind of know. I'm just looking at the whole list. I don't know any of these people. I just started watching some Skyrim streamers to see if I can find any more people. Just find small Skyrim streamers again. I don't know. Do you guys want to experiment on somebody? I'm going to experiment. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to host this person who is streaming for Extra Life, I think. Wait. No. I'm going to host someone who's streaming on Legendary difficulty with no mods and is apparently doing 100%. His name is Vecra. I have no idea who it is. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're like. Hopefully they're good. But we're just going to find out. You know what? Let's do some experimenting. So I'm going to go host him. And I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Again, let the flames for time right. But you guys are amazing. Peace out and have a good day. I'll catch you guys next time on Flame TV. Peace out and stay awesome, guys. It's been a blast. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Hope to see you guys in the future. Peace out. And thanks to you all for watching. Don't forget to come back to the stream. Don't forget to follow the stream. Don't forget to do all this stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys. Peace out.